You think the anger's over? No justice, no peace. BLM protesters in New York ran up to some people, I guess mostly white people who were at a restaurant, screaming to the white people, "Get out of New York."
We don't want you here. 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 We don't want your money. We don't want your money. We don't want your taquerias. Owned by white men. White men. Tip 30%. Tip 30%. Tip 30%.
So this guy seems a little bit confused, doesn't he? Because he's saying, there are a lot of problems with what he's saying. The first is, you white man, you white devils, we don't want your taquerias. I say, well, hold on a second. Last I checked, taquerias they're usually not associated with like England, right? You know, they're kind of they're different. Isn't that more of a Latino kind of thing? Or the Latinos white? I didn't think that. I thought they were people of color, but I guess for the purposes of this guy screaming at people dining in the street, then they're white people. Obviously, this guy should be arrested. This guy who is disturbing the peace, who is making a big nuisance of himself, should not be permitted to do these sorts of things in society. A just society would take care of someone like that. But probably, I'm not saying even put him in prison necessarily. He should be in an institution somewhere, okay? As well as the maniacs following him. But then to say, who is the we? Is that black people? Is it, I don't know. We don't want you white people here in New York. You know, white people have been in New York for a long time. York, I think that name comes from a place in England, doesn't it? Before New York was New York, it was New Amsterdam. Amsterdam, there are a lot of white people in Amsterdam too, just as there were in New Amsterdam. What is the argument here? I guess his argument is that white people it's not legitimate for them to be in New York. It's unjust for them to be in New York. What? Huh? No, he's not making any argument though, really. He's just saying, I don't want you here. My will, my base, degraded, degenerate, lower will, is insisting that we kick all of you people out. And that is now, effectively, our system of justice in this country. There will not be peace if that is taken to be our system of justice. There can't be, because there's nothing to rely on. A great consolation in this world is, even though we all suffer injustices, I know it's very fashionable now on the BLM left to say that only black people ever suffer injustice. And, you know, white people, they've got it so good. And on the feminist left, only women ever suffer injustice. And man, we got it so good. And only, you know, on the intersectional sort of sexual left, only homosexuals and transsexuals and whoever, people who have kind of unusual sexual behaviors, only they have it bad. But straight people, oh man, they got it so good. Now, you know, everybody suffers injustice. It's a fallen world, and sin and death pervade the world. And a ballast for us here, a great consolation, is that ultimately there is justice. Ultimately there is the ultimate arbiter, the big judge in the sky, right? And that our justice system here on earth is meant to pursue that very justice, that very same justice, which is eternal, even if it is imperfectly applied in this world. If we lose faith in that, because we now have faith in some bizarre religious understanding, some totally perverse religious understanding of the world, then there really will not be any peace. AOC, absolutely right on that minor point. She's probably cheering it on. I think the rest of us, people who are looking at the situation with a little more sobriety, no one can celebrate what happened yesterday. Whoa, where are you going? Hold on, you don't need to leave so fast. First, please ring the bell. Ring the bell, subscribe. That way you will never miss a video that we put out. Something tells me that sometimes YouTube would prefer it if you would miss videos that we put out. So make sure you subscribe, like, really appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one.